All right, so further investigations um, with our comet Atlas, our comet Swan, and now Venus. So, uh, we just have so many things happening, and if it's a coincidence, then it's just an amazing set of coincidences. We are being told globally to stay inside. Um, and for the most part, we are doing this. Um, we were told that this comet Atlas was huge and that it was coming to us really fast, 3 times the normal speed of a comet, which was the same thing that Oumuamua did and that Comet Borisov did. And these were two very unusual objects, interstellar visitors as they were called. And it looks like Comet uh, um, Atlas um, C 2019 Y4 is an interstellar visitor as well, but it may not be. But it's big and blue in the sky, and globally people can see it. And we were told that it is breaking apart, but when astronomers, just when the amateur astronomers look at it, up until the night before last, we are just seeing one entity that is blue and flying through space, and it's beautiful. And in the southern hemisphere, they are able to see this comet Swan, which is just incredibly unusual. And we have their two paths here on the skylive.com, which is a website that allows you to look at different um, uh, objects in our solar system as they come through. And we are looking at comets right now, and two of our most interesting ones. And let's zoom into our solar system and see what's going on here. So over here is Comet Atlas 2019 Y4. And over here is the sudden appearance of Comet Swan 2020 F8. And so this was just discovered a few weeks ago, and it is coming in also very fast. And it is coming in from the southern hemisphere, and then we have this comet coming in the northern hemisphere. Here is the Earth, and here is Venus, and this is today, April the 23rd, the year 2020. So Venus is going to be coming into, as it always does, as our morning star, and then our evening star, because we see it in the morning. Um, as a bright object as the sun starts to appear, and then it's one of the first stars that we see at night when the sun goes down. But now it's really bright and it's doing some weird things. My guess is there's an object approaching our planet and using Venus as a background and getting closer, and that's what we've been seeing everybody film. Mars Dust, who now is near Earth object, has been, I think, filming this, as well as several other YouTubers that have come onto the channel. And so let's go ahead and move this forward. And as you can see, we're at the end of the month and the 1st of May. Now look at these two comets. They are going to be approaching each other. And around May 20th, May 23rd, and this is in grand scale and so many miles away, but this is just an incredible event occurring, and you would think NASA would be all over this. Look at that. And JPL, and they would be wall to wall with this grand event that's happening in the sky that we can see, but there is just radio silence. This, and here again, Venus so close to the Earth right now that whatever object is between us, it's just going to, I don't understand. how all of this is happening and exactly what's happening, but this is just bizarre. Not only are we getting radio silence from NASA, we are getting misinformation. So that is very concerning. And the other big tie-in is this order from the White House last year, um, and no, I think it's 2017. I'm sorry, it's 2017. This order in 2017, after we're getting some activity with FRBs in 2016, a great leap of FRB traffic, and then we have this order for EMPs 2017, strengthening our infrastructure against EMPs. But it doesn't say it's in response to a nuclear threat, because that's just the only time that we on Earth really feel and understand an EMP. That there's just not an object right now that we have on this planet that can generate an EMP that would cause the White House to project this kind of drastic and very expensive order. And there's no nuclear threat. And after working in government, like I said in my video yesterday, you really don't worry about the EMP. You're more worried about the nuclear bomb that has gone off that has generated the EMP. So the government knows something that caused it to get excited about an EMP. And why do I talk about EMP so much? Is because of the hoping and many other traditions and prophecies that say that whenever the great end comes, there's going to be a gigantic occurrence of the Red Dawn, and then finally, after the Red Dawn event happens, we go back to our old ways. Well, that just to me means that we lose all of our electrical equipment for a while, and we start a new Earth in a new way. And the only thing I can think of that does that is an EMP. So this is where we are. I think there is some object between Venus and the Earth that is rapidly approaching and is going to cause the EMP. This event of Comet Swan and Comet Atlas, which I think they are actually planets, and that they come to meet like this, I think is a big event for these two planets, these two big spheres, because this is just such an uncommon event in my experience. And of course, NASA and the space agencies and Jet Propulsion Laboratory is well aware of Comet Atlas. They've put out information, which has been misinformation. Again, that Comet Atlas is breaking apart, and we have this one picture from Hubble that shows these four objects. Well, that's not how a comet falls apart, or an asteroid. We've seen how it happens with Comet Shoemaker-Levy. It happens in a straight line, not like this, not like four objects just kind of going off. And again, up until last night, amateur astronomers do not see one or two objects. They really just see one big, beautiful blue comet tracing through the northern hemisphere. All right. So this and the EMP order from the government, it just points to something very big. And finally, so many people have talked about May 23rd being such a special day. And in the comments, and I've had family members mention it to me, and here is what's happening on May 23rd. Comet Atlas and Comet Swan are going to be in absolute and utter close proximity to each other. I just don't know how more special it could get. All right, so here we are. Venus, the planet Earth, an alignment with Mercury happening there. And then the two alignments of the major events that are going to be happening in our northern hemisphere. And then finally, these two things keep going their merry way, and Comet Atlas does its perihelion. Swan is going I don't know where. They don't really have its orbit really well defined here. I just find this very suspicious about Swan. And as we go on June, July, Comet Atlas continues its journey. And I really do think that's Nibiru. I think that is the planet Nibiru that makes a visit. And we're going through August. I think our planet's going to be going through some major changes at this point in time. And let's fast forward to August, September. And then, as we see, we come around September, and in December, both those comets are going to be on the eastern side of our planet. And then come December 25th, Atlas is going to be an eastern star. It is going to be a blue eastern star. So we have the sun over here that's going to be on our west, as always, as the sun rises. And then over here is Atlas on the east. And here we come to around Christmas time, and there we are. The Earth, the eastern star, and the sun. And I don't know how visible Swan is going to be. So those are my predictions. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Nothing happens. If I'm right and you have 2 months worth of supplies, hopefully we'll be in good shape. And if I'm wrong, I've got